Right, sir. In Java features point of view, what exactly the content we completed so far? Now tell me, what is the intention of the Java features now? Tell me, guys, all of you know. What is the purpose of this particular topic? What is the need of this particular topic? To describe the nature of Java programming language, Java has provided a set of features. What are the various set of features here we are getting here? First one is simple, next one is object oriented, third one is platform independent, and fourth one is architectural neutral, robust programming language, portable, secure, dynamic, distributed, multi-threaded, interpretive, and high performance. These are the various features for Java. Okay, fine. Now, here my question is what? How can you say Java is a simple programming language? Three reasons are given. What are the three reasons here I given there? First one is what? What is the first reason here I given? Java is a simple programming language because of Java applications will take less memory and less execution time. Okay. Second one is what? Java has removed all the confusion oriented features like what are these confusion oriented features here? Right, sir. What are the confusion oriented features now? Pointers, multiple inheritance, and so on. All these are confusion oriented features. Harsha, all the confusion oriented features. Pop up close it. All the confusion oriented features. Okay. Then what next one get? Then after that. Harsha, leave full screen. Wait, 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 wait. Full screen. Guys, now is it okay, right? Now it's okay, right? Right, sir. Now, Java is a simple programming language. Why Java is a simple programming language? Here I given some reasons. What are the reasons here I given there? Java applications will take less memory and less execution time. Java has removed all the confusion-oriented features like what? Pointers, multiple inheritance, and so on. Then after that, what next one here? And Java is using all the simplified syntaxes from C and C++. Java is using all the simplified syntaxes from C and C++. So because of these reasons, we can conclude that Java is what? A simple programming language. That's okay, fine. Next one is what? Object oriented. How can you say Java is an object oriented programming language? Right, sir. Java is an object-oriented programming language. Why? Because Java applications are able to represent data in the form of objects by following object-oriented features. Can you tell me what are the various object-oriented features in general? Class, object, encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism, message passing. That's okay, fine. Right, sir. Java is a platform independent programming language. How can we say Java is a platform independent programming language? What is the reason for that? Uh, Java is a platform independent programming language. Why? Because Java allows its applications to perform. Compilation is on one operating system and execution is on another operating system. So Java is what? Platform independent programming language. Next one is Java is an architectural neutral programming language. How can you say that? Java is an architectural neutral programming language. Why? Because Java allows its applications to perform. Compilation is on one hardware architecture and execution is on another hardware architecture. So Java is what? An architectural neutral programming language. Next one is Java is a robust programming language. I given very good discussion about this particular point. Now tell me guys, all of you now tell me, how can you say Java is like a robust programming language? Before going to understand this robustness, how can you when a programming language, a robust programming language? That is a question here. Answer for this question is very clear. If any programming language is very good at memory management system and exception handling mechanisms, then that programming language is a robust programming language. Now tell me, Java is a robust programming language in the sense, definitely Java is very good at memory management system and exception handling mechanisms. You're right, sir. So how Java is very good at memory management system? Java has very good memory management system in the form of heap memory management system. It's a dynamic memory management system. What is the meaning of this dynamic memory management system? It allocates and deallocates memory for the objects at a runtime as per the application requirements. So at runtime memory will be allocated and at runtime memory will be destructed. So because of that reason, that management system is very good in the Java applications. So because of that reason, Java is very good at memory management system. Next one is Java has very good exception handling mechanisms. How can you say Java has very good exception handling mechanisms? No, here the reason is very clear. Exception in the sense runtime error. To handle these runtime errors, Java has provided very good predefined library to represent and to handle these exceptions. To handle and to represent exceptions, Java has provided very good predefined library. Because of this predefined library only, Java is very good at exception handling mechanisms. These things here we understood clearly. Then after that, after completion of this particular one, what next one here? Portable. What's the meaning of this portable actually? How can you say Java is a portable programming language if we come for this one? Because of three reasons. What are the three reasons why we are saying Java is a portable programming language? What are the three reasons here? The three reasons would be like what? Java allows its applications to run on all the operating systems. It means that, what is the meaning of this clearly? If you run Java application on Windows operating system, then it is very simple to switch Java program from Windows to Linux or Linux to some other operating system. That switching is very simple to run Java applications from one operating system to another operating system. So Java is portable. Next one is Java allows its applications to run under all the hardware systems. Here also be switching from one hardware system to another hardware system of this Java program or Java application is very simple. So because of that reason, Java is what? Portable. And another internal reason to say Java is portable is what? Java has fixed memory allocations for the primitive data types irrespective of the operating systems and irrespective of the hardware systems. So because of that reason also we can say Java is what? A portable programming language. Right, sir. Then what next one can we understood there clearly? Secure programming language. Java is a secure programming language. Java is what? A secure programming language. How can you say Java is a secure programming language? Java is a very good at internal security. Why? Because Java had two components inside the JVM, bytecode verifier and what next one, security manager. Because of these two components, Java is very good at security. This is one point. Second one is what? Java is very good at web security. How can you say Java is very good at web security? Java has provided a separate service for the sake of this authentication and authorization. The service is what? JAS, Java Authentication and Authorization Service. Because of this reason, we can conclude that Java is very good at what? Web security. Then what next one here? Network security. Number of network security algorithms are available nowadays. Number of network security are available nowadays. What are the various network security algorithms now? Encryption and decryption algorithms. Web security is different and network security is different. Web security is mainly for focusing on like what authentication and authorization mechanisms. But encryption and decryption algorithms are related to what? Network security. While transferring data, whenever the data is transferring over, whenever the data is transferring over network, when data is transferring over network, how data is going to be existed, how data is going to be transferred, is the data is transferred as a plain data or with some encrypted or maybe some decrypted, whatever it may be, some kind of manipulation if you are doing over the data which is not going to be visible to anybody else in outside. So that is nothing but encryption. So that encryption and decryption algorithms are available. Encryption and decryption algorithms are available. So to implement that encryption and decryption algorithms over the data, Java has provided a set of predefined libraries, a set of predefined implementations. Because of that reason also, we can conclude that Java is very good at what? Network security. In all the aspects of security, Java is providing solution. So because of that reason, Java is what? A secure programming language. Sir, all of you are getting points or not clearly? Up to these points we understood clearly, no? Right? Now coming to the next point, already you understood this point clearly. What was this next point here? Now observe this clearly. What is this next point here clearly? Dynamic programming language. Next one is what? Dynamic programming language. Already you are aware about this point here. Now tell me, how can we say Java is a dynamic programming language, guys? Now tell me, how can you say Java is dynamic programming language? You know already in Java, memory will be allocated for the primitive data types at what time? At runtime, not at compilation time. So if any programming language allows memory allocation at runtime, then that programming language is what? A dynamic programming language. Already a number of times we understood this point clearly. Now let's observe this clearly. What is the point I'm telling there? Java is a dynamic programming language. Java is a dynamic programming language. Java is a dynamic programming language. Why? Because Java allows its applications. Java allows memory allocation for the primitive data at runtime. That means Java follows dynamic memory allocation. Java follows what? Dynamic memory allocation. How Java follows dynamic memory allocation actually? Why? Because it is using heap memory management. Heap memory is what? Dynamic memory, which allocates and deallocates memory at runtime only. So because of this reason, we can conclude that Java is what? A dynamic programming language. Now, next one is a very simple point here. Another point is like what? No, distributed programming language. Right? What is this another one here? Distributed programming language. What exactly the meaning of distributed programming language? Guys, all of you observe carefully. By using Java, we are able to prepare two types of applications. By using Java, we are able to prepare two types of applications. What are the two types of applications here we are able to prepare? Standalone applications, and second one is distributed applications. In very first class, I given clarity on this. Standalone applications, and second one is what? Distributed applications. What is a standalone application and what is distributed application actually? What is standalone application, guys? Now tell me. If you design and execute application without using client server architecture or without distributing application logic over multiple machines, then that application is called as what? Standalone application. But what is this distributed application? What is the meaning of distributed application, guys? Now tell me. If you design and execute any application with the help of client server architecture, on the base of client server architecture, or by distributing application logic over multiple machines, that is multiple JVMs, then that application is what? A distributed application. Now here I'm telling there, to prepare these distributed applications, we need a set of programming languages, or one or more number of programming languages we require. If any programming language is used to prepare distributed applications, if any programming language is used to prepare distributed applications, then that programming language is what? A distributed programming language. To prepare distributed applications, if you use any particular programming language, then that programming language is what? Distributed programming language. Now here I'm telling there, by using Java, we are able to prepare both standalone applications and as well as like what not? Distributed applications. To prepare standalone applications, Java has given a separate module, J2SE, Java 2 Standard Edition, to prepare standalone applications. At the same time, to prepare distributed applications, Java has provided another module, a separate module. To prepare distributed applications, Java has given another module. What is the name of this another module here? Now tell me, no? J2EE, J2EE, Java EE. What is the J2EE actually? Java 2 Enterprise Edition. Java 2 Enterprise Edition. J2EE stands for Java 2 Enterprise Edition. Sir, got my point or not? So this J2EE was provided by Java in order to prepare distributed applications only. The J2EE contains so many other technologies internally. What are the various technologies which are available there? For web development, servlets and JSPs, and for pure remote based distributed applications, remote applications if you want to prepare, there we are having n number of technologies. Like what are the n number of technologies now? EJBs are available, and web services are available. In web service, again, two parts, no? SOAP services and RESTful services. Like this, so many technologies are included inside the J2EE in order to prepare distributed applications. So because of this J2EE, we can conclude that Java is what? Java is a distributed programming language. Guys, all of you are following my point now? Java is a distributed programming language. How can you say that? Why? Because to prepare distributed applications, Java has provided a separate module. What was that module that was provided by Java? That module is what? J2EE. Because of this J2EE only, Java is becoming as what? Distributed programming language. Right, sir. Good. This distributed concepts and everything we will cover. That means up to servlets and JSPs will be covered in advanced Java, and web services is a separate course here. Then web services and EJBs is not required. It's totally outdated content at present. Nobody is using EJB, but one or two companies are using still EJBs, no? But it's not much demanded technology nowadays. Only the demanded technology is what? Web services. In web services also, two parts are available, SOAP and RESTful. RESTful is having somewhat demand even when compared with what SOAP services here. But anyway, we have to understand clear all this content here. Try to understand this, no? Distributed programming language. Now, after this clearly, Java is a distributed programming language. Why? Because Java has provided. Why? Because Java has provided a separate module in the form of Java has provided a separate module in the form of J2EE to prepare distributed applications. To prepare what? Distributed applications. Understand, guys, what I'm telling to you clearly? Okay. And Ram Koti, that full screen mode from my side, it's okay. Already given that full screen. that control is not available with me on your webinar. Whatever the software you have installed there, webinar, there you have to go for setups. Okay, where full screen setup is available with you, there we can check the setup now. Okay, your system full screen support is not available. That means everybody is getting full screen. I think you have to check your system webinar settings. There you will identify that full screen mode. There we can check that display modes. Okay, but already given that full screen everything from total my system screen is captured. Yeah, Ramkoti. Now also the same thing I'm telling you. You can check. You can check in your system settings. Better. Guys, and please confirm to me all of you are getting full screen. That means all of you are getting my screen clearly. All guys. I'm asking to everybody. Yes, 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 yes. Ramkoti, from your side is the problem, not from my side. Please check it. All right, sir. So distributed programming language, we understood it. Next one is what? Next one here, multi-threaded. Multi-threaded. Listen, this is one of the important concept in entire core Java. Multi-threading. Multi-threading is one of the feature of the Java. At the same time, one of the important concept in core Java. So we have to understand clearly, at least little bit, with respect to our Java features point of view. Little bit we have to understand. Okay. All right, sir. Now, what is this multi-threading? What is this multi-threading actually? What is this? Before understanding this multi-threading, what is thread actually? What is the meaning of the thread? Any idea? What is thread actually? Right, to execute a job. Good, nice. General, I'm asking that in general, not required to understand in Java immediately. In general, what is a thread? That is my question. Thread is a simple thread, cotton thread. Threads are available or not? Okay. Similarly, thread in Java, in the sense what? It is a flow of execution. Thread in Java is what? A flow of execution. Observe carefully. For example, all of you understand clearly. For example, here I prepared a program. This is my program here I prepared. Inside my program, I have written 100 lines of code. 100 lines of code. Observe carefully. This 100 lines of code is representing a particular action. This 100 lines of code is representing a particular task. That means whatever the lines of code here we have written, this total lines of code is representing what? Task. Total line of code is representing what? A task, a particular task. Observe carefully. Here I want to specify this is a task representation. That's okay, fine. Next one is just we write the code to represent a task. But if you want to perform the task, this program has to be executed or not. Just we represented a task in the form of a program. But if you want to perform that particular task, here we need to execute that program or not. All right, sir. Now to execute that program, I need a flow of execution or not. To execute a program, I need a flow of execution or not. This is flow of execution here, what I am telling there. Flow of execution will start at starting point of the program. Flow of execution will terminate at the end of the program. So one flow of execution is required. That flow of execution is not visible for us, but internally it gives some results, some outputs here we are getting because of executing line of code, because of flow of execution only. Right now here, whatever the flow of execution here we have taken over the program to perform a particular task, that flow of execution is nothing but what? Is a thread. That flow of execution is nothing but what? Is a thread. Thread is a flow of execution to perform a particular task. Thread is a flow of execution to perform a particular task. That's it, not more than that. Thread is what? Thread is a flow of execution to perform a particular task. Yes, sir, all of you are getting clarity or not? That's okay, coach. All of you understand this clearly. There are two thread models in the programming. There are two models in threading actually. What are the two thread models in programming? First one is single threading and the second one is multi-threading. First one is what? Single threading, and second one is what? Multi-threading. Observe carefully. First one is what? Single threading, and second one is what? Multi-threading. That's okay, fine. What is this single threading and what is this multi-threading actually? Understand my point here. Here program is available. Over this program, only one thread is executing at a time. After completion of one thread, second thread will come and execute the program. After completion of second thread, third thread will come and execute the program. After completion of third thread, fourth thread will come and execute the program. That means multiple threads are executing our program in a sequential fashion or in a parallel manner. One after another. One thread is executed completely. When one thread is terminated, then only second thread is entering. When second thread is executed our program completely, then only third thread is coming. So what is the meaning of it now? A single thread at a time is executing our program. That means all the threads are executing our program in a sequential manner or not? Sequential manner, one after another. Am I right or not? One after another. Sequential execution is followed by single threading. But whereas, what is this multi-threading actually? What is the meaning of this multi-threading? Any idea? Your program is available. Only one thread is allowed to execute our total program. But what is this multi-threading actually? Observe carefully. I have a program. This is my program. Inside my program, how many lines of code is available? 100 lines of code is available. For example, 100 lines of code is existed here. Observe carefully. Over this 100 lines of code, first of all, what I am telling there, multiple threads I am submitting at a time to my program, not like single thread, multiple threads. For example, here 3 threads at a time I am submitting here. This is second thread. Similarly, one more thread. 3 threads I submitted to my program. Previously, when we submit 3 threads to this program, only one thread is allowed at a time. But here also I submitted 3 threads at a time, no? But all 3 threads are allowed at a time to execute our program. All 3 threads are allowed to execute our program at a time. Observe carefully. Okay, all 3 threads are executing at a time to complete our program. Then after that, we are able to get some output here. Parallelly here, we are able to get some output. Observe carefully. Now this is one example I'm telling there, but another context also I can take. By that we are able to get much clarity. Now tell me, in which case parallel execution is going on? In multi-threaded or in a single-threaded? In multi-threaded or single-threaded? Parallel execution. Sequential execution is going on in a single-threaded. Parallel execution is going on in a multi-threaded. Observe carefully. Observe carefully. Whenever we are following sequential execution, when we are following sequential execution, there automatically execution time will be increased. Whenever we are having sequential execution, there automatically execution time will be increased. Whenever we are following parallel execution, there automatically execution time will be reduced. Come on guys, equations are very clear. If sequential execution, more execution time. If parallel execution, less execution time. Am I right or not? So single threaded model is following sequential execution, so it will increase execution time. Multi-threaded environment is following parallel execution, so it will reduce execution time. Wherever execution time is more, automatically performance of the application will be less. If execution time is more, performance of the application will be lesser. If execution time is lesser, more performance will come. Come on guys, all the equations here we have to understand clearly. Now finally I'm asking one question. Now tell me, in which model? In a single threaded model or multi-threaded model? In which model application performance will be increased? Come on, you have to answer for my question. In which model application performance will be increased? In a multi-threaded model or single-threaded model? Multi-threaded model. In multi-threaded model only application performance will be increased. Right, sir. In a multi-threaded model only application performance will be increased. Finally, this is what exactly The meaning of like what no single thread model and multi-thread model that we understood clearly. But about Java, if we come for Java, Java is a multi-threaded programming language. Java is what? A multi-threaded programming language. Why? Because Java has provided very good environment. Java is able to provide very good environment to create and execute more than one thread at a time. To execute more than one thread at a time. For that purpose, Java has given some environment. How to create more than one thread and how to execute more than one thread at a time. Java allows that. Parallel programming. Java allows multi-threaded model. Java is a following multi-threaded model. So because of this reason, we can conclude Java is what? We can conclude Java is what? Multi-threaded programming language. Guys, all of you are following this point? Tell me, how can you say Java is multi-threaded programming language? Java follows multi-threaded model, multi-thread model. What is this multi-thread model actually? What is this multi-thread model actually? Multi-thread model is what? Which allows more than one thread execution at a time. What is the advantage of allowing more than one thread execution at a time? To reduce execution time. How execution time is reduced here now? How execution time is reduced here now? By allowing more than one thread, automatically execution time will be reduced. That is parallel execution. Whenever parallel execution is completed, whenever parallel execution is available, automatically execution time will be reduced. Automatically performance of the application will be improved. So now tell me, Java applications performance will be improved or not improved? Java applications performance will be improved or not improved? Definitely improved. Why? Because it follows multi-threaded model. So because of all these reasons, we can conclude Java is what? Multi-threaded programming language. Let me write small information here. Now observe carefully. Java is a multi-threaded programming language. Java is a multi-threaded programming language. Why? Because Java is following, or Java follows, or Java is following multi-threaded model. Java is following what? Multi-threaded model. It allows, that means why? Because Java is able to create and execute, Java is able to provide very good environment to create and execute more than one thread, at a time. Java is able to provide very good environment to create and execute more than one thread at a time. So what are the advantages of multi-threading? In the sense, a number of advantages we can say. Parallel execution, less execution time, more performance. Guys, all of you are following or not? What I'm telling to you clearly, single threaded model, sequential execution, more execution time, less performance. Multi-threaded model, parallel execution, less execution time, more performance. Got it or not? No response, guys. Still, response is not sufficient. Tell me, what are the features of this single threaded model? Sequential execution time, sequential execution, more execution time, performance, low performance, less performance. What about multi-threaded model? What is first one here? Parallel execution, then execution time is what? Less execution time, then what? Performance, high performance, more performance or high performance. So Java is multi-threaded programming language. So obviously we can conclude that Java is a high performance programming language or not? Java is a high performance programming language or not? For this feature already we had the answer now. How Java is a high performance programming language? This is one of the reason. Java is what? Multi-threaded programming language. That's why performance of the Java applications are always high when compared with other programming languages. Right. Now let's come for this next one here. After this, interpretive programming language. After this, what next one here? Interpretive programming language. Understand this clearly? What exactly the meaning of interpretive programming language? I'm telling one point to you clearly, observe carefully. In outside, Compilative programming languages are available and interpretive programming languages are existed. Compilative programming languages are very less. Moreover, at a compilation only majority of the program work is going to be completed. Compilative programming languages are able to perform majority of the work at compilation time only. Majority of the execution or whatever it may be is going to be completed at compilation time only. Where interpreter is light, interpreter is very dummy, but compiler is more powerful. Such programming languages are available outside. Leave it, not required. But interpretive programming languages are available. What are the interpretive programming languages now? Where compiler is not existed. Only interpreter can execute our programs directly. Interpretive programming languages are having are only interpreter to execute our programs totally. Examples also I can give. What are the various examples for interpretive programming languages? We can observe this clearly in outside. Say for example, some SQL queries are available, sir. SQL queries. Are you heard about this SQL queries there? Database in Oracle maybe. You are able to use some SQL query. Say for example, your favorite SQL query. Select a star from EMP1. The favorite SQL query or not? Select a star from EMP1. What is this query actually? SQL query, structured query languages. No. If you want to read data from the database, you are able to use that. But how this query will be executed? While executing this query, what we have done after typing this query, just we click on enter button. Am I right or not? Have you performed any compilation over this query? Did you use any compiler to perform compilation like Java? Like Java, have you performed any compilation over it? No, just directly when we click on enter button, after writing this particular query, when we click on enter button, automatically that query is being executed by an interpreter internally. Internally, an interpreter will be used to execute this particular query. So no compiler, no specific compiler is available. The required compilation part could be taken care by an interpreter. Interpreter will pass the query, then after parsing that query, direct execution is going on. That everything could be taken care by interpreter, where compiler is not available. Such kind of languages are called as what? Interpretive programming languages. Getting my point or not? Such kind of languages are what? Interpretive languages, interpretive programming languages. Best example in the case of Python also, similar situations are going on. In the case of Python also, PVM is available. PVM, Python Virtual Machine. Inside the PVM also, an interpreter is available to execute our program. No separate process for compilation. Compilation is not required. No specific process for compilation. Interpretation is going on over the Python scripting. Understand my point clearly? Right. Like this, a number of languages are available. JIT compiler is not like exact compiler. In our point of view, compiler is what? Compiled in the sense like what? Converting. That means translating our source code to some executable code or some bytecode. That's it. For the sake of that, we are using compiler. But JIT compiler situation is different. Don't compare the JIT compiler with our actual compiler. Error checking could be done by our actual compiler. Converting our program from source code to somewhat low level code is done by compiler. So for that purpose, we are using compiler. That's different. But JIT compiler work is totally different. JIT compiler purpose is to boost up the JVM performance. JIT compiler purpose is what? To boost up the JVM performance. For that purpose, JIT compiler is available. Don't compare the JIT compiler with our actual compiler. JIT compiler is a part of the JVM that will come into the picture at runtime of the application, not at compilation time of the application. Understand it clearly? So anyway, in outside might be compilative programming languages are available, interpretive programming languages are available. In compilative programming languages, compiler is a key part and compilation is the main process. But in the case of interpretive programming languages, no compilation is existed here. Only interpreter can do everything. That's it. So some other languages are compilative and some other languages are interpretive. Just leave this, not required. But what about our Java? That's my question here. What about this Java? What is this Java actually? Java is what? If you come for this particular point, answer is very clear. Listen carefully. Java is both compilative and interpretive programming language. Java is what? Compilative and interpretive programming language. Guys, understand my point here. I'm not saying only compilative, I'm not saying only interpretive. Of course, the feature name is an interpretive. Its meaning is already it was compiled, already is a compilative, but also what? No, interpretive. But also interpretive. There's a meaning here we have to understand. So here Java situation is what? Java is both a compilative and interpretive programming language. How, sir? How can you say Java is both a compilative and interpretive programming language? Why? Because to check errors, and to convert program Java program from source code to convert Java program from source code to bytecode. To convert Java program from source code to bytecode, we need compilation. We need compilation. I'm giving two reasons here. Clear. Understand my point here. Reason number one. What is that reason number one here? I'm telling there to check a compilation errors, to check errors in our program, and to convert our program from source code to bytecode. Source code in the sense our written program, high level code to bytecode. Bytecode is a bit low level code. So to convert our program from source code to low level code, that means bytecode, we need compilation. And to check errors also we need compilation. So compilation is required or not? Over the Java program, compilation is required or not? Definitely compilation is required. That's the point here we have to understand. That's okay, good. Compilation is mandatory for Java programs. That's okay. Then what is the second point here now? How can we say Java is an interpretive programming language? How can you conclude Java is an interpretive programming language? To execute Java program, what we require now? JVM we required. Am I right or not? To execute our Java program, what we required? JVM is required. Inside the JVM, what we required? Come on, guys. Inside the JVM, what we required? An interpreter we required. Already said you number of times. Who will execute Java programs? JVM. Inside the JVM, who will execute Java programs? No. Interpreter will execute our Java programs. It means that interpreter is mandated for Java programs execution or not? Interpreter is mandatory for Java applications execution or not? So definitely we need what? Interpreter we require to execute our Java program. So Java is an interpretive programming language. At the same time, Java is a compilative programming language also. Why? Because compilation is mandatory for Java program to check our errors and to convert our program from source code to low level code. So definitely bytecode. So definitely Java is both compilative and as well as like what? No, interpretive programming language. Right, try to understand this clearly. To execute Java applications, we need an interpreter. We need an interpreter to execute Java applications. We need an interpreter. We need an interpreter inside JVM. So because of that reason, Java is both compilative and interpretive programming language. Guys, all of you are following my points? Simply I am speaking at one side and you are listening my concepts. You are not giving any response. It's not like one side batting. It should be like two side batting. If I ask some question, you have to respond properly for me. Right, sir. That's okay. Good. So finally, here what we completed here, interpretive option is also be completed. The next one is a high performance, guys. Then here, not required to go for any specific content. Not required to go for specific content. Now try to understand this clearly. What exactly the meaning of high performance programming language? What is the meaning of this high performance? Let's observe this clearly. What I'm telling to you, high performance in the sense what? They are already given one reason. No need to search for any other reasons for this high performance. Only one simple point. Java is by default high performance programming language. Why? Because Java is multi-threaded, Java is a dynamic, Java is a secure, Java is object oriented, and Java is a portable, and so on and so on and so on, because of all the rich set of features. Because of all its rich set of features, Java is becoming as what? High performance programming language. That is one point. Second reason also I can say, to improve the performance of Java programs execution, directly I'm telling that, to improve the performance of JVM. JVM performance is improved in the sense Java performance is improved. Am I right or not? JVM is the main component of the Java software. If JVM performance is good, automatically overall Java performance is very good. Am I right or not? To improve the performance of JVM, Java people have included some separate components inside the JVM. That component is one of the component is what? One of the component is what? JIT compiler. Just a in-time compiler. Just it will boost up the JVM performance, not more than that. At one situation, JVM will go for low performance. In that situation, to improve the performance of JVM, in order to improve overall application performance, Java people have included one component inside the JVM. That component is like what? No, JIT compiler, just an in-time compiler. What is the Java JIT compiler? I will give clarity later on, but not immediately. You will not understand that point here. In a JVM architecture, I will talk everything about this particular components here. But time being, we have to understand, to improve the performance of the JVM and Java programming language, a separate compiler was included inside the JVM. That compiler is what? JIT compiler, just in-time compiler. Because and so on, so many reasons are available. Because of all these reasons, we can conclude Java is what? High performance programming language. By considering all these points, we can conclude Java is what? High performance programming language. Now let's observe this clearly. What I am telling there, Java is high performance programming language. Java is a high performance programming language due to Java is a high performance programming language. Why? Because reason number one, due to its rich set of features, like portable, secure, multi-threaded. Then after that, what next? Due to its rich set of features like portable, secure, multi-threaded, dynamic, and so on and so on and so on. So many features are available. All the features we discussed already, and so on. Due to these reasons, Java is what? High performance programming language. Second one, what is the second reason for that? No, right? Due to the special components, like a JIT compiler in a JVM. Due to the special components like JIT compiler in JVM, to improve the performance of the JVM, only JIT compiler was included. So its main intention is what? To improve performance of JVM. JVM performance is improved in the sense automatically Java programming language performance will be increased. Get my point or not? So because of that reason, here we can understand clearly what we are able to understand. No, Java is high performance programming language. Yes, sir. Is the points are clear or not? All the points are clear or not? Right, sir. Now overall, what we completed here? Now tell me, guys. What we completed? Java features part we completed. Can I ask some questions to you? No, can I ask some questions to you? Now tell me, guys. How can you say Java is a simple programming language? How can you say Java is a simple programming language? Three reasons are given. Tell me what are the three reasons now? Java will take less execution time and less memory. Reason number two, Java has been removed all the confusion oriented features like what? Pointers, multiple inheritance, and so on. Third one, Java syntaxes are very simple. Why? Because Java using all the simplified syntaxes from C and C++. Okay. Tell me, how can you say Java is a robust programming language? Come on, Java is very good at memory management system and exception handling mechanisms. How can you say Java is very good at memory management system? Because of which memory management system? Heap memory management system. What is the advantage of heap memory management system? Dynamic memory management system. What is the advantage of dynamic memory management system? Which allocates and deallocates memory for the objects at what time? Runtime, not at compilation time here. Okay, fine. Then how can you say Java is very good at exception handling mechanisms? How can you say Java is very good at exception handling mechanisms? It has defined very good predefined library to represent and handle all the predefined all the exceptions which are coming inside our Java applications. Good. How can you say Java is a platform independent programming language? Java allows its applications to compile its program on one operating system and execution is on another operating system. So Java is what? A platform independent programming language. How can you say Java is a portable programming language? We can switch Java programs from one operating system and one hardware system to another operating system and another hardware system easily. Because of this reason, Java is what? A portable programming language. That means both we can understand platform independent and architecture neutral. Automatically Java is becoming as what? A portable programming language. How can you say Java is a secure programming language? Java is very good at 3 levels of security. What are the 3 levels of security? Internal security, web security, network security. How can you say Java is very good at internal security? Because of security manager and bytecode verifier inside the JVM. How can you say Java is very good at web security? JAS, because it has given a separate service for this authentication and authorization. That is web security. That is what? JAS, Java Authentication and Authorization Service. How can you say Java is very good at network security? Java has provided predefined implementations for number of network security algorithms like encryption, decryption algorithms. Because of that, is Java is what? A secure programming language. That's okay, fine. Next one is after that. How can you say Java is multi-threaded programming language? How can you say Java is multi-threaded programming language? Why? Because Java is following which thread model? Multi-thread model, not single thread model. If it is multi-thread model, it allows parallel execution. When it allows parallel execution, automatically less execution time it will take. When it less execution time, performance point of it will be what? High performance. Okay, Java programs are having high performance, that's okay. But Java is a multi-threaded programming language. Why? Because Java is following multi-threaded model. Right, sir. Next one. How can we say Java is an interpretive programming language? When we are saying Java is an interpretive programming language, the conclusion is what? Java is not only interpretive but also compilative. Java is not only compilative but also interpretive. Why? Because to check our errors and to translate our program from source code to bytecode, we need compilation. So compilative. Next one is to execute our Java program, we need an interpreter inside the JVM. So Java is what? An interpretive programming language. Yes, guys, all of you are following or not? Right, sir. Anyway, then by this we understood clearly the Java features content. Just it is, if you want to know what is Java in 5 minutes of time, this Java features. Just it will cover the total nature of the Java programming language. Just theoretically, what is the nature of the Java? That's it. That we understood clearly. This topic is completed clearly. Next one, after completion of this particular topic, after understanding this particular topic, what next one here? After that, listen carefully. Java programming format. Java programming format. All right, sir. Gradually, I'm moving towards programming podcast. Now, first of all, let me explain the structure of the Java program. Then after that, I'll go for steps to prepare Java program. How to prepare the Java program, how to prepare steps, all the steps for the Java program that we are going to understand. Now, at present here, we have to understand like what now? Java programming formats that we have to understand. Let's observe this clearly. After completion of the Java programming, I'll go for steps to prepare first Java program. Before that, I may go for naming conventions in Java also. Different naming conventions are available. What conventions we have to follow while writing the Java program? All the concepts here we are going to understand. Now let me explain about the Java programming format. All right, all of you observe carefully. To write any minimum Java program, minimum, very fundamental Java program, not complex enterprise application. Hello World program, at least to display Hello World or to display welcome to Java programming language, to display that information, that is minimum program. What exactly the structure here we have to follow? What exactly the structure here we have to follow, that we have to understand. Now let's observe this clearly. I'll give some structure here. We'll try to understand this clearly. Inside my Java program, we have 4 parts majorly. What are the 4 parts here we are having? First one is comment section. First one is what? Comment section. Second one is package section. After this package section, next one is what? Import section. Then after this import section, we can observe this classes or interfaces section. Classes are interfaces. Last one is main class section. Last one is what? Main class section. That's it. Overall, 5 parts are available in Java programming format. Guys, can you read it? What are the 5 parts here we are having? First one is what? Comment section. Second one is what? Package section. Next one is what? Import section. Next one is what? Classes or interfaces section. Then last one is what? Main class section. Enum records, they will come under classes or interfaces section. Don't worry for that. Maybe enums or records or maybe something else. No, all they are coming to like what? No, classes or interfaces section under this. Don't worry. I'll explain that clearly. All right, sir. Out of all these sections, to write a minimum program, which one is mandatory and which one is not mandatory, we have to understand. All of you observe carefully now. Out of all these things, which one is mandatory, which sections are mandatory, which sections are not mandatory, that we have to understand clearly. Let me check this here. Out of all these things, comment section is what? Comment section is optional. Comment section is what? Is optional. Next one, package section is what? Is also be optional. Next one, import section is what? Is also be optional. Classes or interface section is what? Is also be optional. But main class section is what? But main class section is what? Mandatory. Out of this total, how many parts are available? Comment section, package section, import section, classes or interfaces section, and main section, main class section. Out of all these things, main class section is mandatory. All the remaining sections are optional. All the remaining blocks are optional. Only main class is mandatory. Why? Because Java program execution will start with the main method. Definitely main method must be written in a particular class. That class is called as main class. Understand my point or not? If you Java programs execution will start from which method? Main method. Main method must be written in a particular class. That class is what? Main class. Main method is required for our program. So main class is also required for our program. So which section is mandatory? Main class section is mandatory. All the remaining sections are optional. Okay, but as per our responsibility, as we are going to write Java programs, at least one time we have to understand, little bit we have to understand what is comment section and what is package section and what is import section, classes or interfaces, and all these scenarios we have to understand at one line, one line, one line. But actually package section, import section, these two concepts will be covered in packages. In Java, there is a separate topic like packages. There I will cover more about these concepts here. Classes and interfaces concepts I will cover in object orientation. Almost 2 to 3 days of time we have to discuss about this classes and interfaces part. And a main class section is available where main method is available. Public static void main. The total syntax of public static void main we will understand separately. We will understand like what no at some other time here. That means in object orientation when we come to the static keyword, there I am going to discuss about like what no main method. So we have a clear cut information about this particular content here. So, but as part of this programming format, as we have taken this particular topic, at least one line we have to understand. Minimum information here, we have to understand about all these concepts here. All right, sir. Now, let me list out all the sections here now. What's the point I am telling here? To prepare basic Java application or program, to prepare basic Java application, we have to use the following sections. We have to use the following sections in a Java file. What exactly the sections here we have to use? First one is like what no comment section, and second one is what second one here package section, and some conclusions also I will give there. Whatever the exam I'm going to be conducted there I'm going to give more number of questions from this topic. Why? Because there is a scope to give more number of questions here. So ready for it. Third one is like what no import section. Then after that fourth one is like what no classes or interfaces section. Classes or interfaces section. Then after that fifth one is like what no main class section. Main class section. That's okay. Now here our job is what? We have to understand one by one. Everything here we have to understand. Let's observe this. First one is like what no comment section. What is this comment section actually? What exactly the meaning of comment section? Observe carefully. What is this comment section? What is the requirement of this comment section? Understand, sir, all of you know? I am the developer in a company, for example. I am the developer in a company in the sense, definitely I should be a member of a particular team or not. I should be the member of a particular team. My team is working for a particular project. Tell me, in a team, how many members are available? What is the size of the team? What is the size of the team? 4 members. Like in our college, academic projects, and where a team, 4 members, where one lead. Are you thinking like that? So volume of the team, size of the team is depending on the requirement, not depending on an individual, not depending on size, not depending on company overall employees. It is depending on the requirement. If the module is more, definitely more number of employees are required in a team. If module is very simple, if the requirement is very simple, less number of members are working for that in a team. Anyway, whatever it may be, some team is available where myself is one of the developer. Okay, listen carefully. When I have a work from my team lead, when he has given some work to me, I have to provide some implementation. I have to provide some implementation. How I'm going to start my implementation? How I'm going to start my implementation? For example, if I take abc.java file, if I take this is my Java file. Here inside the Java file, directly, are you thinking about it? Directly, I'm going to write class account like this. Directly, class account, directly providing some implementation for this account like this, implementing directly like this. Are you thinking like this? This is not proper way to write the program. This is not the proper way to write the program. Why? Because today you are the developer who you are implementing this. Might be your implementation might be used by some other people also. Some other developers must identify what is the intention of your program and what exactly the purpose of your implementation. Definitely somebody else has to know. But how somebody else will identify your implementation? How somebody else will identify what exactly the purpose of writing this particular program? How they are able to understand that? How it is possible for them to know about your intention of writing program? How they are able to identify the purpose of your program? How it is possible for them? Right. For that purpose, here we have to give some description about our program. Because of this reason, we have to provide some description about our program. Am I right or not? Of course, documentation is available, but because of small things, open documentation and checking everything in documentation is not the proper way. Understand my point? In the program directly, where we have written the program, at least 1 or 2 points I want to know about our program. Little bit description about our program is required. Got my point or not? Little bit description about our program is required. That description I'm expecting the same Java file where we wrote the program. The same description we are expecting in the same Java file where we wrote the program. Exactly. To provide some description about our implementation, to provide some description about our program, we have to use comment section. Come on, guys. What's the point I'm telling here? To provide some description about our program, we have to use comment section. Right, sir? What is the description actually? What exactly the description actually? The description includes author name in the sense who is writing the program, project name, module name. Next one, after that, team details, which team is doing this particular work, part of the team, then who is implementing that particular one, objective of this particular implementation, what's the purpose of writing this particular implementation, what is this objective of this particular program. All these details we have to specify before writing the program. If we specify these details before writing the program, before our program, above your program, if you provide all these details, if anybody is using your Java file, they will check what is the purpose of it just by reading the documentation, by reading that description. Automatically, that other developer can understand what you implemented inside this. So, what is the right programming practice for us now? Before writing the program, provide some description about our program, at least minimum details for what purpose we are writing, what you have included inside this program, and who has implemented this particular program, part of which team this implementation was provided, part of which project this implementation was provided. All these details if we provide, it is very easy for somebody else to understand the intention of your particular program. So we have to specify some description about our program. To provide that description, we have to use what? Comment section. This is one scenario I'm telling you. Second scenario. Myself is a developer in a company. I am working with a particular project as part of a team, particular team. I completed maybe 100 classes I have written. At each and every class, okay, 100 class in the sense, this class I have written. Particular class I have written. That's okay, completed. Then what I have, in the next minute, I have a better opportunity in other company. For example, I have a better opportunity. At present, they are giving only 10 lakhs per annum. I'm not satisfied with that. I'm looking for somewhat better opportunity. Some other company wants to give 15 lakhs per annum. At present, I am getting 10 lakhs per annum, but some other company is trying to give 50 lakhs per annum. So what I have to do? What you have to do? No, sir, I don't want to go for that 15 lakhs company. No. Why? Because my company is so good. My team lead is very much comfortable. So I want to stay here only. I don't want to go for 15 lakh rupees. No. Maybe very one or two members might be available like that, but 99% of the members are doing same thing like they are immediately jumping from present company to other company by switch off your mobile phone. Am I right or not? Just it's a matter of removing your SIM card, no? Of course, if you have signed a bond, no, definitely some formalities are going to be available, or at least notice period you have to give. Maybe that depends on the company, 1 month or 3 months of time, whatever it may be, some notice period you have to do if you want to leave from the company. Anyway, that formalities are available. Then as per the formalities only, I want to quit from my company and I want to join with some other company. Good. I left from my company, completed. In the middle of the implementation, or maybe 2 to 3 classes I've written, longer classes I've written. That means some very good implementation I provided, and I left from my company. Good. I left from my company. I joined with some other company. Then immediately what present company is doing? They're not weak watch. Definitely they will recruit another developer or not. Somebody else will come in my chair or not? Come on, guys, understand my point. Somebody else will come into my chair or not? When somebody else is coming into the chair, he has to continue the remaining implementation part of my implementation or not? That new member has to complete the remaining part or not? But if he wants to complete the remaining part, first he has to understand what I implemented. How many classes I completed? First he has to know. He should know everything about my previous implementations. If you want to know about my previous implementations, he needs some description about each and every implementation or not? Come on, guys, he needs some implementation for each and every implement. He needs some description about my implementation or not, where he identified the description. For example, account class I have written here about this, with which intention he has written this account class. He need to aware about that information or not. Where that information is available, if I am not providing the description here, if I am not providing the description about the class, how are you able to understand that? Just scenarios I am telling there where description is required. So altogether, what I am telling there, it's a right programming practice to provide some description about our program before writing the program. Before writing the program, it's a right programming practice to provide some description about our program before starting our code. To provide some description about our code, there we have to go for like what? No, comment section. Comment section in the sense like what? No, documentation section or comment section. Better to use comment section. That's the point here we have to understand. Right, sir. Good. Inside the comment section, what data here we have to provide there? Here we have to provide like author name, developer name. Author name in the sense what? Developer name. Objective. For what purpose we are writing this one? Next one is the client information if possible, project information if possible, team information if possible, and the start date of this code if possible. All these details we have to specify in our like what? No, description. Point here we have to understand. That's okay, coach. Next one is after that, to provide a description in the Java programs. To provide a description of Java programs, Java has given a separate feature. That feature is like what? No, comments. To provide some description about our programming components in our Java program, if you want to write some description, where Java has given a separate feature, that is what? No, comments. Comment or comments. All right, sir. Comments are comments. How many types of comments are available in Java? Three types of comments are available in Java. How many types of comments are exist in Java? Three types of comments are available. What are the three types of comments in Java? First one is like what? No, single line comment. What is this? What is this? First one here, single line comment. What is the second one here? What is the second one here? Multi-line comment. And what is this third one here? No, documentation comment. What is the third one here? Documentation comment. Guys, now tell me, how many types of comments are available in Java? Three types. What are the three types of comments in Java? Single line comment, multi-line comment, and third one is what? Documentation comment. Am I right or not? Single line comment, multi-line comment, and what next one here? Documentation comments. Clear. Now, what exactly the meaning of single line comment actually? What is the meaning of the single line comment? Understand this clearly? It allows the total description, the complete description in a single line. It allows the complete description in a single line. You can write the total, any type of how much description you want to write, you can write, but it should be in a single line. That's what is called as what? No, single line comment. Then what is the syntax of the single line comment actually? Syntax would be simply use the two slashes and description. Use the two slashes, then description. Sir, all of you follow or not? All of you are getting or not? Tell me, sir, what is the single line comment? It allows the complete description in a single line. What is the syntax of the single line comment here? Two slashes, then what next one? You know, description. Example I'm telling there, where we are able to use, where exactly the location we are able to use these comments here. I'll give one example and try to observe this clearly. Right, sir. Example is, right, understand this clearly, all of you know. I want to write a class calculator, for example. Class calculator. Observe guys, all of you know, class calculator. Inside this calculator, I want to write a method. What is this method? Void add method. Some parameter is here. I'm going to take into first val, comma, into s val, second val, and some implementation here I provided. 100 lines of code here I given. 100 lines of code here I given. That's okay. Good. Class cal void add into fval, comma, into s val. This one here we have done. Okay, fine. Now my intention is what? I want to give some description about this add functionality. I want to give just some description. What is the description here I want to provide? I want to give the descriptions like what? It performs addition operation over to integer values. Addition over to into values. Addition over to into values. That's the point here I'm telling there. Addition over to into values here I want to provide. Addition over to into values here we are providing in the sense, this is a description or not? This is a description. The description we have to provide in the form of a comment. We should not provide the description as part of the program directly. We have to provide the description as part of the comment. So then only it will not be executed. Otherwise, our compiler and JVM is trying to evaluate this expression. So here what we have to do, whenever we want to provide it as a comment here, simply here we have to use like what? Not two slashes here we have to use. Two slashes if we use, automatically compiler and JVM will think this is what? It's a description, not required to evaluate this particular part. This is what? A description. This is a comment, not required to evaluate that part. If you are not providing two forward slashes, no, compiler is trying to evaluate that addition over two into values like that. The statement is trying to be evaluated by compiler and JVM, but that is not as per the syntaxes, no. There we are able to get compilation errors. All of you getting my point or not? So the two forward symbols are giving information to the compiler and JVM. This is only information. This is only description about our program. Don't evaluate that. This is for the sake of some other developer or the same developer. For understanding purpose only this description is available. Not required to evaluate this particular description. Got it or not? So this is about like what? No, single line comment here we can understand. Or else might be Here also be about this particular class also I want to give some information, like what information here I want to provide there. That information should be like what? It performs all, or maybe it performs all basic mathematical calculations, basic mathematical calculations or mathematical operations, basic mathematical operations or calculations. That's it. My total description I want to provide in a single line. Wherever you want to provide that, we can use that single line. 2 slashes we can use. There we can provide some description. Now tell me, for every line of code, providing this type of description is suggestible or not? In our programming, for every line of code, providing this kind of comments is suggestible or not? It is very much suggestible. Then it will be understandable for some other developer to understand your implementation, or it will be easy for some other new developer to understand your implementation when we complete your total journey with respect to company. So it is always suggestible to provide some description. That's why here the point here I'm telling you, comment section where single line comment here we provided. That's okay. Leave this part here. Next one is what? What is this next one here? Multi-line comment. Multi-line comment. What exactly this multi-line comment, guys? Now observe this clearly. What is this multi-line comment here? Now tell me, what is single line comment? What you understood about this single line comment? What is this multi-line comment? That's the point I'm telling you. Single line comment is the total description we can provide in a single line. Am I right or not? The complete description we can provide in a single line. That's okay. But here, what about this multi-line comment here? We can provide the complete description in more than one line, not in a single line. In more than one line, we have to provide the total description. Am I right or not? So it allows the complete description in more than one line. In more than one line, it allows the complete description in more than one line. It allows the complete description in more than one line. What should be the syntax of this particular one? Syntax will be very clear. Slash star, and here we can provide any lines of description. Lines of description here we can provide. Then after that, star slash. That's it. So slash star lines of description, any lines of description we can provide there, and a star slash that we can provide. Then where we are able to use this particular one example here I'm telling there regarding this, try to understand this clearly. Multi-line comment as it is. Before writing the program, we have to provide our information. Before writing the program, we have to provide our description. There are multiple lines of description we are going to provide, or single line of description now. Multiple lines of description we are providing or not. So there we are going to use like what now? Multi-line comment. Or else might be, I want to take like what now? Same example, class calculator. Inside this is what I'm telling there. Void add of into FL comma into SFL. Okay, fine. Now inside this, what I'm going to be provided there, return FL plus SFL. This is the implementation here I've taken, sir. Now I want to give some description about my method add. I want to give some description about my method add. What I have to do there? What description here I want to provide? If I want to provide the description within a single line, we can use double slashes. That means 2 forward slashes. But I want to give the description about my method in more than one line. More than one line in the sense what I'm telling there, at the rate name, method name here I want to say. What is the method name here? Just at the rate name in the sense is the format. As a format name of this method is what? Add. Okay. Then for example, at the rate type, if I want to write, what is this actually? It's a method. It's a method. Next one is at the rate params I want to specify. Params here I want to provide. What about this params here? No. Now tell me FL comma SFL. Next one is like what? No, param types. So I want to be specify. What about this param types? No, param types, something else. Anything here we can use the param types. What param types here I want to provide there? Int comma int that I want to provide. Next one is like what? No, at the rate, and one thing here. This is not void actually. This should be int. Why? Because as we are returning integer value. Next one is like what? No, return type. Return type is what here? No, int. We can understand. Now tell me description, and before that objective here I want to provide. For example, next one is like what? No, objective is what? No, adding to integer values. For example, I want to provide my description this way. I want to provide description in this way. Or get my point or not? Either we can provide description in this way, or directly we can write the lines, some lines. The 2 to 3 lines of code here, 2 to 3 lines of description we can provide. In any format we can write it. That doesn't matter here. So now, if you want to provide this kind of information, here what we have to do now, multiple lines of description here we have to provide or not? Come on, guys. Multiple lines of description here we are providing or not? Right. To specify this multiple lines of description, here we have to use like what no? Here we have to use like what no? Multi-line comment here we have to use. What we have to provide there? Multi-line comment here we have to use. Guys, all of you are following or not? Tell me, guys, what is single line comment? To provide the complete description within a single line or not? What is the syntax for the single line comment? Do double slashes, two forward slashes. Then what is multi-line comment? What is multi-line comment? To provide the description in more than one line. That is multi-line comment. What is the syntax for this multi-line comment? Slash star multiple lines star slash. Right or not? Okay, fine. All right. Now this is about like what no multi-line comment. And documentation comment, I want to make it is pending, sir. Why? Because we had some content here about this documentation comment. I'll explain that later on. But up to now, we have what we have to understand there. Today, what is the topic? I started new topic that would be like what now? Java programming format. How many parts are available in Java programming format? 5 parts. What are the 5 parts here? Comment section, package section, import section, classes or interfaces section, main class section. The other things are available now, right, sir? Where out of all these 5, which things are optional now? Tell me. Right, sir. Comment section, package section, import section, classes or interface sections are optional. Which one is mandatory? Main class section, right, sir? What is good programming practice? Including comments or without including comments? Including comments is the right programming practice. And every location, if you provide comment, that will be helpful for some other developer or new developers to understand about your implementation, either along with you or after completion of your journey with the respective company. Right, sir. A comment section we understood that. That's okay. Everything here clear. So up to this multi-line comment I explained there. Then tomorrow I have to start with what? Documentation comment. Tomorrow class is very, very important. Don't miss the tomorrow's class. Tomorrow I'm going to discuss about documentation comment. After that, some more internal concepts I will discuss there. Internal concepts I will discuss there. I'll introduce the annotations part. What is the requirement of the annotations? Why annotations are coming into the Java program? Little bit. I will give some introduction part. Don't miss the tomorrow's class. Everybody has to attend for the tomorrow session. Yes, clear? Right, sir. Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot. Tomorrow we'll meet. Guys, and those who are in online, anything else? Any doubts? Java API I will explain, guys. Don't worry. Soviet Kumar, and I think you are chatting already with me, right? Soviet Kumar, already you are sending messages to me. The same messages I'm seeing. Everybody is sending the same message to me. So where you are sending messages, no, just we can send messages. I can see every time I am able to see your messages and I can reply. All members are sending messages to me so that I am replying for everybody. Almost all 15 to 20 questions I cleared today. No, Soviet Kumar, now you are sending messages. I'm able to see that message. Not chat. There's a question spot is available now. Question spot. There you can send. Question spot. Questions block is available. There we can send. Yeah, Jarin Munaf. Yeah, good. Hi, Bhagishri Moore. Hi, Jarin. Thank you. All of your messages I'm able to see, guys. Don't worry. Okay. Thank you. Anything else, guys? Any doubts? Check it. Any doubts, guys? Notes also will provide, and not only notes and standard material also we will submit. We are providing. I think already that was uploaded in Google Drive. We can download it. Nearly 800 plus 900 pages of content is going on. All good. Have some class, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Jiren. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Irfan. That's fine, guys. And shall we meet on tomorrow? Shall we meet on tomorrow, guys? Yeah, definitely. Ankit, Suryamshi, definitely you'll get certification. Nice day, Bhagyashree. Thank you. Definitely you'll get certificate. Don't worry. Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll meet on tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll see the remaining part. Thank you.